together and supporting Berlin. This is their 4th year up, and not the last because they got another one coming up. Before we get started, we'll just remind you to silence all cell phones, beepers if you have those, or any other small electronic devices. And don't look at me looking at my notes. There is some simulated gunfire in the show, as well as some flashing lights. But you will know that's about to happen. There's going to be about a 10 to 15 minute intermission in between the two halves. The first half is a little longer than the second half. So feel free to go to the concessions, the bar. They will be open the whole time, and we don't mind, as long as you don't come up on stage. That's the only rule. Next season coming up is Babylon, which is co-produced with Space 55. I believe it's going to be here and also in London. So there's 2 chances to see it. And then next season also they have something called Hang On Hamlet on there. I don't have much more information. I think you gotta go get a ticket to see it. Then over by Erica, over there where the concessions are. If you have any questions, ask her. She knows way more than me. And the donations, if you are so kind, there's a QR code or a box for cash. If you still carry that, I don't, but they have a box for that. It goes 100% to the designers and the actors, and we very much appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook, sign up for the mailing list. The QR code is over there. Ask Erica, she knows where all the directions and the URLs are. Before we get started, why not we start with a song, huh? Yeah. He was over 2 axe panels tall. He was narrow, straight, and thin. He was rough and he was tougher than an old hickory limb. In the War of 1812, Andrew Jackson got that name. His soldiers gave it to him forever to remain. Andrew Jackson was a soldier who got off his old cement. He had a thing or 2 to say, his news what he meant. Lots of big men died breaking, but never was he bent. Jackson, our 7th president. His old Henry's eyes were bright and blue, and they stood for truth and right. And when they didn't see it, there would likely be a fight. But old Hickory didn't like a thing someone had done or said. Well, he truly looked them in the eye and hit them on the head. Andrew Jackson was a soldier who got off his old cement. He had a thing or 2 to say, just what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he bent. Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. Old Hickory spent his term well served as the boldest Democrat. Because he caused the trail tears, we know him as a rat. His friends became his enemies, but still he powered on. Now he's on the 20, and his enemies are gone. Andrew Jackson was a soldier, who off his old cement. He had a thing or 2 to say, just knew what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he meant. Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. From the lonely piney woods he came, and he always seemed to yearn to go back home to Tennessee. His home once more returned. He called his place the Hermitage, and contentedly he sighed. That's where Andrew Jackson, old Hickory, finally died.
Hell yeah!
Andrew Jackson was a soldier, just off his old cement. And he what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he bent. Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. Just something to remember about Coriolanus. Back then, in his time, they didn't have anything to blend the flour together, so there was no bread. Nobody had bread. Sandwiches didn't exist. No bread makers.
Oh my
no
gosh,
meats.
will you just get on with the show? For real?
Just let it talk.
Hey, people, trust me, you're not missing much, all right? The director cast himself as the lead.
Yes, he did! And then he charges $30 a ticket! And where does the money go? Not the cent, clearly.
Yeah, hey, how much you getting paid to BS through this, huh?
Oh my God, this Keith Hall is nothing but a libtard.
Did you say libtard? Fascist? I'm a fascist Shakespeare. Where's the diversity?
Yeah. Oh, keep that bullshit to yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys just can't do your taxes right? The government is falling apart?
No.
We need different lawmakers.
You know what we being different about? Corn! The price of corn is too damn high! Corn!
You are all resolved rather to dive into famish?
Resolve!
First, you know Caius Marcius is chief enemy to the people.
Yeah!
Let us kill him, and we'll have corn at our own price.
Yeah!
One word, good citizens.
We are accounted good citizens of patrician good. Our sufferance is a gain to them. Let us revenge this with our pikes ere we become rakes. Yeah! I speak this in hunger for bread, not in thirst for revenge.
And corn!
Yeah!
Would you proceed especially against Caius Marcius?
His price is a death.
Nay, but speak not maliciously. Consider you what services he has done for his country.
I say unto you what he had done famously, he did so to that end. Though soft-conscious men may be content to say it was for his country, he did it to please his mother. Partly proud, which he is, even to the altitude of his virtue.
Why stay we praying here to the capital? Worthy Venenius Agrippa, one who hath always loved the people.
That's right there. Honest enough, but all the rest were so.
What works, my countrymen, in hand? Where go you with bats and clubs? The matter? Well, speak, I pray you. Why, masters, my good friends, mine honest neighbors, will you undo yourselves?
We cannot, sir. We are undone already.
I tell you, friend, most charitable care have the patricians of you. For your wants, your suffering in this dearth, you may as well strike in heaven with your staves as lift them against the Roman state, who care for you as fathers, when you curse them as enemies.
Care for us, true indeed. They never cared for us yet. Suffer us to famish while their storehouses are crammed with grain. Make edicts for usury to support usurers. And repeal daily any wholesome act established against the rich, and provide more piercing statutes daily to chain up and restrain the poor. If the wars eat us not up, they will. There's all the love they bear us.
Either you must confess yourself wondrous malicious, or be accused of folly. I will tell you a pretty tale. Maybe that you've heard it. There was a time when all the body parts did rebel against the belly, and thus accused you, that only like a gulf it did remain in the midst of the body, idle and inactive.
Well, sir, what answer made the belly?
Well, sir, I should tell you, with a kind of smile that ne'er came from the lungs, but even thus, to the discontented members, the mutinous parts that envied his receipt, as you so fitly malign our senators, for that they are not such as you.
The belly's answer what?
What then? For this fellow speaks. What then? What then?
What answer made the belly?
I will tell you, if you will bestow a small of what you have, little patience. You see the belly's answer.
You're long about it.
Look ye this, good friend. Your most grave belly was deliberate, not rash like his accusers, and thus answered. True it is, my incorporate friend, that I do receive the general food at first which you do live upon. And fit it is, for I am the storehouse and the shop of the whole body. But if you do remember, I send it even through the bodies, the rivers of the blood, through the heart, the seat of the brain, and through the cranks and offices of man. The strongest nerve and small inferior vein from me receive that natural competency whereby they live. What say you to it?
It was an answer. How apply you this?
Senators of Rome are this good belly, and you, the mutinous parts. For examine their counsel and their cares, digest things rightly, touching the weal of the common. You shall find there is no public benefit which you receive, but that it proceeds and comes from them to you, and no way from yourselves. What do you think, you the great toe of this assembly?
I am the great toe. Oh, why the great toe?
For being the lowest, basest, poorest of this most wise rebellion, thou goest foremost. Hail, noble Marcus!
Thanks. What's the matter, you dissentious rogues, that rubbing the itch of your opinion make yourselves scabs?
We have every your good word.
He that will give good words to thee flatters beneath the boring. What would you have, you curs, that like no war nor peace? The one affrights you, the other makes you proud. He that trusts you, where he should find you, lions, finds you hares. Where foxes, geese, hang you. Trust you. Why, with every minute you do change your mind, and call him noble that was your hate, him vile that was your guard. What's the matter, that in these several places of the city you cry out against the noble senate, who under the gods keep you in awe, which else would feed on one another? What's their seeking?
For corn at their own rates, whereof they say the city is well stored.
Hang 'em. They say they'll sit by the fire and presume to know what goes on in the capital, who's like to rise, who thrives, who declines. They say there's grain enough.
Nay, they are almost thoroughly persuaded. For though they abundantly lack discretion, yet they are passing cowardly. But I beseech you, what says the other truth?
They are dissolved. Hang 'em. They said they weren't hungry. Sighed forth proverbs that hunger broke stone walls, that dogs must eat, that meat was made for mouths, that the gods said not corn for rich men only. With these shreds they vented their complainings, which being answered, and a petition granted them. A strange one to break the heart of generosity and make bold-faced power look pale. They flung their caps into the air as they would hang them on the horns of the moon, shouting their emulation.
What is granted them?
5 tribunes to defend their vulgar wisdoms of their own choice. One Junius Brutus, Sicidius Plutus, and I know not. Sdeath, the rabble should have first unroofed the city, ere so prevailed with me. It will in time win upon power and bring forth greater themes for insurrections arguing.
That is strange.
Go, get you home, you fragments.
Where's Caius Marcius?
Here, what's the matter?
The news is, sir, the Volskis are retarded.
I am glad of it. Then we shall have means to vent our musty superfluity.
Marcius! 'Tis true that you have lately told us the Volskis are in arms again.
They have a leader, Tullus Aufidius, that will put you to it. I sin in envying his nobility, and were I anything but what I am, I would be only he.
You have fought together.
We're half and half the world of ears, and he and I upon the same party. I'd revolt to make my wars only with him. He is a lion that I am proud to hunt.
And worthy Marcius, tend upon Cominius to these wars. It is your former promise.
Sir, it is, and I am constant. Titus Lartius, thou shalt once more see me strike in Tullus' face. Why? Art thou stiff? Oh, standest thou?
No, Caius Marcius. I'll lean upon one crutch and fight with the other. Stay behind in this business.
Oh, true bred.
Your company for the capital, where I know our greatest friends attend us. Lead you on. Hence, to your homes be gone.
Was ever man so proud proud as this Marcius?
He has no equal.
When we were chosen tribunes for the people,
But to his lips and eyes.
nay by his taunts.
Being moved, he would not spare the dead the
We
gods.
mock the modest moon.
The present wars devour him. He has grown too proud to be so valiant.
Oh, let's hence and hear how the dispatch is made, and in what fashion, more than his singularity, he goes upon the present action.
Let's alone.
They have pressed to power, but it is not known whether for east or west. The dearth is great, the people mutinous, and it is rumored Cominius, Marcius your old enemy, who was of Rome worse hated than you, and Titus Lartius, a most valiant Roman. These three lead on this preparation, whither 'tis bent. Most likely 'tis for you, consider of it.
Our armies in the field.
Noble Aufidius, take your commission, hie you to your bands. Let us alone to guard Coriolanus. If they sit down before us for the remove, bring up your army. But I think you'll find them not prepared for us.
Oh, doubt not that. I speak from certainties, nay more. Some parcels of their power are forth already, and only hitherward. I leave your honors. If we and Caius Marcius chance to meet, 'tis sworn between us we shall ever strike till one can do no more.
The gods assist you.
And keep your honors safe.
I pray you, daughter, sing, or express yourself in a more comfortable sort. With my son and my husband, I should freely rejoice in that absence where he won honor, than in the embracements of his bed when he would show most love. When he was yet but tender-bodied, the only son of my womb, when youth with comeliness plucked all gaze his way, when for a day of king's entreaties, a mother should not sell him an hour from her beholding. I, considering how honor would become such a person, was pleased to let him seek danger where he was like to find fame. To a cruel war I sent him, and whence he returned, his brows bound with oak. Oh, I tell you, daughter, I sprang not more in joy at first hearing he was a man-child, than now seeing he hath proved himself a man.
But had he died in the business, how then?
Then his good report should have been my son. I rarely would have found issue. Hear me profess sincerely. Had I a dozen sons, each in my love alike, and none less dear than thine and my good Marcius, I had rather had 11 dying nobly for their country than one voluptuously serve it out of action. The Lady Valeria has come to visit you.
Beseech you, give me leave to retire myself.
Indeed, you shall not. Methinks I hear hither your husband's drum. See him pluck Aufidius down by the hair as children from the bear the wolves he's shunning him. Oh, thinks I see him stamp us and call us. Come on, you cowards! You are God and fear that you were born in Rome. His bloody brow with his mailed hand then wiping forth he goes like to a harvest man.
His bloody brow? Oh, Jupiter, no blood!
Oh, away, you fool! It more becomes a man than gilds his trophy. The breasts of Hecula, when she did suckle Hector, looked not lovelier than Hector's forehead, when it spit forth blood, Grecian sword contending.
Heaven bless my lord from fellow Phidias.
Oh, he'll beat Aufidius' head below his again. Tread upon his neck.
My lady's ball, good day to you.
Sweetheart, I'm glad to see your ladyship.
How do you both? You are manifest housekeepers. What are you sewing here? Oh, a fine spot in good faith. How does your little son?
I thank your ladyship. Well, good mother.
He'd rather see the swords and the drum than look on his schoolmaster.
Oh, my word. His father's son. I'll swear 'tis a very pretty boy. I saw him run after a gilded butterfly, and when he caught it, he let it go again, and after it again, and over he comes, and up again, catched it again. Or whether his fall enraged him or how it was he did so, set his teeth and tear it. I warrant how he mimicked it.
One of his father's moods.
Indeed, La, 'tis a noble child. Come, lay aside your stitchery. I must have you play the idle housewife with me this afternoon.
No, good madam, I am not out of doors.
Not out of doors.
Oh, she shall. She shall.
Indeed, no, by your patience. I'll not over the threshold until my lord returns from the wars.
Aye, you confine yourself most unreasonably. You would be another Penelope. Yet they say all the yarn she spun in Ulysses' absence did but fill Ithaca full of moss. Come, you shall go with us.
No, good madam, pardon me, indeed, I will not forward.
Let her alone. As she is now, she will but disease our better hearts.
In truth, La, go with me, and I will tell you excellent news of your husband.
Oh, good madam, there can be none yet.
Verily, I do not jest with you. There came news from him last night.
Indeed, madam?
In earnest, it's true. I heard a senator speaking. Thus it is. The Volsces have an army forth against whom Cominius the general is gone with one part of our Roman power. Your lord and Titus Lartius are set down before their city Coriolanus. They nothing doubt prevailing, and to make it brief wars. This is true. On my honor, and so I pray, go with us.
Give me excuse, good madam, I'll obey in everything hereafter.
Let her alone, lady.
In troth, I think you're right. Fare you well, then. Come, my good sweet lady. Prithee, Virgilia, turn thy solemnness out of doors and go along with us.
No, a word, madam. Indeed, I must not. I wish you much mirth.
Well then, farewell.
Yonder comes news. A wager they have met.
My horse to yours, no.
'Tis done.
Agreed.
Say, as our general met with the enemy,
They lie in view, but have not spoke as yet.
So, the good horse is mine.
let me buy him of you.
Nay, I'll nor sell nor give him. Lend you him I will for 50 years. Summon the town!
How far off lie these armies?
Within this mile and half.
Then we shall hear their alarm and lay ours. Now Mars make us quick in work, that we with smoking swords may haste to help our fielded friends. Come, blow thy blast. Tullus Aufidius, is he in your walls?
No, nor any man who fears you less than he. That's lesser than a little. Hark! Our drums are bringing forth our youth. We'll break our walls rather than they shall pound us up. Our gates, which yet seem shut, are but pinned with rakes. They'll open of themselves. Hark you far off! There lies Aufidius. List you what works he makes amongst your cloven armies.
Lo, they laugh us.
Their noise be our instruction.
They fear us not, but issue forth their city. Advance, brave Titus. They do disdain us much beyond our thoughts, which makes me sweat with wrath. Come on, my fellows! He that retires, I'll take him for a Volsky, and he shall feel mine edge! Of the South, light on you, you shames of Rome, you souls of geese that bear the shapes of men. How have you run from slaves that apes steal? Pluto in hell. All hurt behind, backs red, faces pale with flight and ague fear, mend and charge home, or by the fires of heaven, I'll lead the foe and make my wars on you. Ooh. Look to it! Follow us! So, now the gates are open. Mark me and do the like.
What is this? No! No, reserve! Foolhardiness! Not I!
Nor I.
Nor I!
Oh, Lartius. Go! We may find a way yet!
Oh, to the pond I warned you.
coming, Marcius! Ah!
This I will carry in a row.
And I this.
A murder. I took this for silver.
What has become of Marcius?
Doubtless slain, sir.
Following the flyers at their very heels, with them he enters, who upon the sudden clap to their gates. He is himself alone to answer all the city.
Oh, noble fellow! Sensibly outdares his senseless sword, and when it bows, standst up. Thou art left, Marcius! Thou wast a soldier. Thou makest thine enemies shake, as if the world were feverous and did tremble.
Look, sir.
Oh! 'Tis Marcius.
See here these movers that prize their hours at a cracked drachma. Cushions, leaden spoons, irons of what? In doublets the hangman would have buried with those who wore them. Down with them! And hark, what noise our general makes. There lies the man of my soul's hate, Aufidius, piercing our omens. Then, brave Titus, take convenient numbers to make good the city, whilst I, with those that have the spirit, will haste to help Cominius.
Worthy sir, thou bleeds. Thy exercise has been too violent for a second course of fight.
Oh, sir, praise me not. My work hath not yet warmed me. This blood I drop is rather physical than dangerous to me. To Aufidius thus I will appear and fight.
Oh, worthy Marcius, go! Sound thy trumpet in the marketplace!
Breathe, you, my friend! Well fought! We have come off like Romans, neither foolish in our stands nor cowardly to retire. Believe me, sirs, we shall be charged again. Who doth hear as he were plain? Oh, gods! He has the step of Marcius, and I have aforetime seen him thus.
Come, I'm too late.
Shepherd knows not thunder from a table more than I know the sound of Marcius' tongue from every mere man.
Come, I'm too late.
Aye, you come not the blood of others, but mantled in your own. But how prevailed you?
For the time serves to tell, I do not think it. Where is the enemy? Are you lords of the field? If not, why cease you till you are so?
We had a disadvantage fought, but did retire to win our purpose.
How lies the battle? Know you on which side they have placed their men of trust?
As I guess, Marcius, their bands of the Wayward are the Antietes. Of their best trust over them, Aufidius, their very heart of hope.
I do beseech you, by the battles fought, by the blood shed together, by the vows made to endure friends, that you directly set me against Aufidius and his Antietes.
Though I wish you were conducted to a gentle bath and balm would apply to you. Yet dare I never deny your asking. Take your choice of those that best can aid your action.
They are those that most are willing, if any such be here.
Yeah!
I sing to doubt, if you love this painting wherein you see me smeared, if any man thinks brave death outweighs bad life, or that his country's dearer than himself, then follow Marcius! and a promise breaker.
We hate alike. Not Africon's a serpent I abhor more than thy fame and envy. Fix thy foot.
The first butcher died another slave, and the gods doomed him after.
If I fly, Marcius, follow me like a hare.
Within these 3 hours, Tullus, alone I fought in your Coriolanus walls and made what work I pleased. 'Tis not my blood wherein you see me masked. For thy revenge, wrench up thy power to the highest.
Wert thou the Hector that was the whip of your bragged progeny, thou shouldst not escape me here! You have trained me in your condemned seconds!
If I should tell thee over this thy day's work, thou not believe thy deeds, but I shall report it, where senators shall mingle tears with smiles, where great patricians shall attend and shrug in the end, admire, where ladies shall be frighted and gladly quake tear more, where the dull tribunes, that with the fusty plebeians hate thine honors, shall say against their hearts, we thank the gods our Rome hath such a soldier.
Oh, General, here is the steep. We the comparison. Hast thou the hell?
Pray now, no more. My mother, who has the charter to extol her blood, when she does praise me, grieves me. I have done as you have done. That's what I can. Induced as you have been. That's for my country.
You shall not be the grave of your deserving. Rome must know the value of her own. That were a concealment worse than a theft, no less a traducement to hide your doings. Therefore, I beseech you, in a sign of what you are, not to reward what you have done, before our army hear me.
I have some wounds upon me that smart to hear themselves remembered.
Should they not? Well might they fester against ingratitude and tempt themselves with death. Of all the horses whereof we have taken good and good store, of all the treasure in this field achieved and city, we render you the 10th, to be taken forth before the common distribution at your only choice.
I thank you, General, but I cannot make my heart consent to take a bribe to pay my sword. I do stand upon my common part with those that beheld the doing.
Marcius! 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 Marcius!
May these instruments which you profane never sound more. No more. There's many else have done as much as I have done, and this cannot.
You should not be the grave of your deserving. You are more cruel to your good report than grateful to us that give you truly. Therefore, be it known to us, as to all the world, that Caius Marcius wears this war's garland! Yeah! The token of the which, my noble steed, known to the camp, I give him with all his trim belonging. And for what he did before Coriolanus, call him with all the applause and clamor of the host, Marcius Caius Coriolanus! Marcius Caius Coriolanus! Marcius Caius Coriolanus!
I will go wash, and when my face is fair, you will perceive whether I blush or no. Howbeit, I thank you.
So to our tent, wherever you repose us, I will write to Rome of our success.
Oh, the gods begin to mock me. I that now refuse princely gifts am bound to beg my Lord General.
Take it. 'Tis yours. What is it?
I sometime lay here at Coriolanus, in a poor man's house. He used me kindly. He cried to me. I saw him prisoner. But then Aufidius was within my view, and wrath overcame my pity. I request you give my poor host freedom.
Oh, well begged. Were he the butcher of my son, he should be free as is the wind. Deliver him, Titus.
Marcius, his name?
By Jupiter forgot. My mind is weary, I am tired. Have we no wine here?
Go into our tent. The blood upon your visage dries. This time we will look to God.
The town is tamed.
Will be delivered back on good condition.
Condition? I would I were a Roman, for I cannot, being a Volsci, be that I am. Condition? What good condition can a treaty find in the part that is at mercy? 5 times, Marcius, I have fought with thee. So often hast thou beat me, and wouldst do so, I think, should we encounter as often as we eat. By the elements, if e'er again I meet him beard to beard, he's mine, or I am his. Mine emulation hath not that honor and it had. For where I thought to crush him in an equal force, true sword to sword, I'll potchet him some way, a wrath or craft may get him.
He's the devil.
Bolder, though not so subtle. My valor's poisoned with only suffering stained by him. For him shall fly out of itself. Nor sleep nor sick shall bury. Being sick, naked, nor prayers of priests, times of sacrifice, embarkments all of fury shall lift up their rotten privilege and custom against my hate to Marcius. Where I find him, were it at home upon my brother's guard, even there against the hospitable cannon, would I wash my fierce hand in his heart. Go you to the city, learn how 'tis held, and what they are that must be hostages for Rome.
Will not you go? I shall serve.
The augurer tells me we shall have news tonight.
Good. Or bad, or...
According to the prayers of the people, they love not Marcius.
Well, nature teaches beasts to know their friends.
Pray you, who does the wolf love?
The lamb.
Aye, to devour it, as the hungry plebeians would the noble Marcius.
Oh, he's a lamb indeed that bows like a bear.
He's a bear indeed that lives like a lamb. You two are old men. Tell me one thing I shall ask you.
Well, sir.
In what enormity is Marcius poor in that you two have not in abundance?
He's poor in no one fault, but stored with them all,
Especially in pride.
and topping all others in boasting.
It is strange now. You blame Marcius for being proud.
We do it not alone, sir.
Oh, I know there is very little you can do alone now. For you help so many, or else your actions would grow wondrous single. No, your abilities are too infant-like for doing much alone. You talk of pride? Oh, if you could turn your eyes towards the nape of your neck and make but interior survey of your good selves. Oh, if you could.
What then, sir?
You would discover a brace of unmeriting, proud, violent, testy magistrates, alias fools, as any you know.
Menenius, you are known well enough to...
I am known to be a humorous patrician, and one that loves a cup of hot wine without a drop of the Elaine Tiber in it. One who converses more with the buttock of the night than with the forehead of the morning. But meeting two such wheelsmen as you are...
Come, sir, come. We know you well enough.
You know neither me, yourselves, nor anything. Our very priests would become mockers should they encounter such ridiculous subjects as you are. Yet you must be saying Marcius is proud, who, in cheap estimation, is worth all your predecessors. Good evening to your worships. More of your conversation would infect my brain. Being the herdsman of the beastly fields, I will be bold and take my leave of you. Oh, how now, my fair noble ladies?
Honorable Menenius, my boy Martius approaches. For the love of Juno, let's go.
Huh? Marcia's coming home?
I, worthy Menenius, with most prosperous approbation.
Is he not wounded? He was wont to come home wounded.
No. Oh, he is wounded. I thank the gods for it.
So do I too, thinking not too much. Brings he victory in his pocket? His wounds becoming.
On his brows, Menenius, he comes the third time home with the oaken garland.
Has he disciplined a fitting assembly? Is the Senate possessor of this?
Yes. The Senate has letters from the general wherein he gives my son the whole name of the war. He hath outdone his former deeds doubly.
In troth, there's wondrous things spoke of him.
Where is he wounded?
In the shoulder and the left arm. He had, before this last expedition, 25 wounds upon him.
Now it's 27. F. Gash, enemy's grave. Hark! The trumpets!
These are the ushers of Marcius. Before him he carries noise. Behind him he leaves tears. Death, that dark spirit in his nervy arm that lie, which being advanced declines, and then men die.
No, Rome! That all alone Marcius did fight within Coriolanus' gates, where he hath won. With fame a name to Marcius Caius. These in honor follow Coriolanus. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus.
Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus! No more of this. It does offend my heart. Pray, no more.
Look, sir, your mother.
Oh, you have, I know, petitioned all the gods for my prosperity.
Nay, my good soldier, up. Gentle Marcius, worthy Caius, and by deed achieving honor, newly named. What is it? Coriolanus! Must I call thee another wife?
Oh, my gracious silence, hail. Wouldst thou have laughed to see me coffined home that weeps to see me in triumph? Oh, my dear, such eyes the widows in Coriolanus wear, and mothers that do lack sons.
Now the gods crown these.
Live you yet? Sweet lady, pardon.
I know not where to turn. Welcome home, and welcome generals, and you're welcome all.
100,000 welcomes. Oh, I could laugh and I could weep. I am light and heavy. Oh, welcome. May a curse begin at the very root on his heart that is not glad to see thee. You are free that Rome should dote upon. Yet, by the faith in man, we do have a few old crab trees here at home that will not be grafted to your relish. Yet, welcome warriors. We call a nettle but a nettle, and the faults of fools but follow.
Menenius, ever. Give me your hand, and yours.
I have lived to see inherited my very wishes in the buildings of my fancy. Only, there's one thing wanting, which I doubt not, but our Rome will cast upon me.
No, good mother, I'd rather be their servant in my way than sway them in theirs.
On to the captain.
All tongues speak of him, and the bleared sights are spectacle to see. Here, such a baller, as if that whatsoever god that leads him were slyly crept into his human powers and gave him graceful posture.
On in the sudden, I weren't him a consul.
I heard him swear if ever he were to stand for consul, never would he appear in the marketplace, nor put upon him the napless vesture of humility, nor showing, as the manner is, his wounds to the people and beg their stinking breaths.
This, as you say, suggested At some point, his soaring insolence shall touch the people, will be his fire to kindle their blaze, and their dry stubble will darken him forever.
What's the matter?
You are sent for to the capital. 'Tis thought Marcius shall be consul. I have seen the dumb men throng to see him, and the blind to hear him speak. Matrons flung gloves, ladies and maids their scarves and handkerchiefs upon him as he passed. Nobles bended as to Jove's statue, and the commons made a shower and thunder with their caps and shout. I never saw the like.
Let us to the capital, and keep with us ears and eyes for the time, but hearts for the event.
Have with you.
Come, they're almost here. How many stand for consulship?
3, they say. But 'tis thought of everyone Coriolanus will carry it.
That's a brave fellow, but his engine's proud and loves not the common people.
Fame! There have been many great men that have flattered the people that ne'er loved them. Therefore, Coriolanus, neither to care whether they love or hate him, manifests the true knowledge he has in their dispositions. And out of his noble carelessness lets him plainly see it.
He hath deserved worthily of his country, and yet descent is not made by such easy degree.
No more of him, he's a worthy man. Make way, they are coming.
That's the main point of this, our after meeting, to gratify his noble service that has thus stood for his country. Therefore please you, most reverend and grave elders, to desire the present consul and last general of our well-found success, to report a little of that worthy work performed by Marcius Caius Coriolanus, whom we have met here, both to thank and to remember, with honors like himself.
Speak, good committee.
We are convented upon a pleasing treaty and have hearts inclinable to honor and advance the theme of our assembly.
The rather we shall be blessed to do, if he remember a kinder virtue of the people than he hath here to prize them at.
That's off, that's off. I would rather you would remain silent. Please you to hear committees speak?
Most willingly. But my caution was more pertinent than the rebuke you give it.
Even of your people. Nay, keep your place.
Said Coriolanus, never shame me here what you have so nobly done.
I'd rather have my wounds to heal again than hear tell how I got them.
Oh, sir, I hope my words dispensed you not.
No, sir. It oft with blows that made me stay. I have fled from words. You soothe not, therefore hurt not. For your people, I love them as they weigh.
Pray now, sit down.
I'd rather have one scratch my head in the sun when the alarm was struck than idly seek to hear my nothing's monster.
Masters, your multiplying spawn, how can he flatter with 1,000 to one good one? When you now see how he would rather venture all his limbs for honor than one on his ears to hear it. See, his... I shall not voice.
The deeds of Coriolanus should not be uttered feebly. It is held that valor is the chiefest virtue, and most dignifies the habit. If it be, the man I speak of cannot in this world be singly counterpoised. At 16 years, when Tarquin made a head for Rome, he fought beyond the mark of others. In that distance, when he might act a woman in the scene, he proved best man in the field, and for his meed was brow bound with the oak. His pupil aged, man entered thus, he waxed it like a seed, and in the brunt of 17 battles since, lurched all swords of the guard. This last, before and in Coriolanus, let me say, cannot speak him home. His sword, death's stamp, where it did mark, it took. From face to foot he was a thing of blood, whose every motion was timed with dying cries. Alone he entered the mortal gate of the city, which he painted with shunless destiny. Needless came off, and with a sudden reinforcement, struck Coriolanus like a planet! Until we called both field and city ours, he never stopped to ease his breast with panting.
Marsus!
Worthy man, he cannot but with measure fit the honors which we devise him.
Our spoils he kicked at, and looked upon things precious as they were, the common muck of the world.
That's right, noble. Let him be called for.
Call Coriolanus.
He doth appear.
The Senate, Coriolanus, are well pleased to name thee consul.
I do still owe them my life and services.
It then remains that you do speak to the people.
I do beseech you, let me overleap that custom. For I cannot put on the gown, stand naked, and entreat them for my wound's sake give me their suffrage. Please you that I may pass this doing.
Sir, the people must have their voices. Neither will they bate one jot of ceremony.
Put them not to it. Pray, go. Fit you to the custom, and take to you, as your predecessors have, your honor with your form.
It is a part that I shall blush in acting, and might well be taken from the people.
Mark you that.
To brag unto them, thus I did, and thus show them my unaching wounds, which I should hide, as if I had received them for the hire of their breath only.
Do not stand upon it. We recommend to you, tribunes of the people, our purpose unto them, and to our noble consul, wish we all joy and honor.
To Coriolanus!
You see how he intends to use the people.
May they perceive intent.
Come, we'll inform them of our proceedings here.
Once, if you do require our voices, we are not to deny them.
We may, if we will.
Ingratitude is monstrous, but for the multitude to be ungrateful, for to make a monster of the multitude, of the which we being members to bring ourselves to be monstrous members.
And to make us no better thought of, a little help will serve. For once we stood up about the corn, he himself stuck not to call us the many-headed multitude.
We have been called so of many. Are you all resolved to give your voices? Then that's no matter. The greater part carries it. I say, if he would incline to the people, there was never a worthier man. Here he comes, and in the gown of humility. Mark his behavior.
Sir, you were great. Have you not known the worthiest of men have done?
What must I say? I pray, sir. Light upon it. I cannot bring my tongue to such a pace. Look, sir, these wounds I got in my country's service, when some certain of your brethren roared and ran from the noise of our own drums.
Me, the gods, you must not speak of that. You must desire them to think upon you.
Think upon me, hang 'em, I would they would forget me.
You'll bar all. I believe you. I pray you. Speak to them. I pray you in wholesome manner.
Bid them wash their faces and keep their teeth clean. Oh, so here comes a brace. You know the cause of my standing here.
We do, sir. What has brought you to it?
Mine own deserts.
Your own dessert.
Aye, sir, but not mine own desires.
Oh, how not your own desire?
No, 'twas never my desire to trouble the poor with begging.
Oh, you must think that if we give you anything, we hope to gain by it.
Well then, I pray, your price of the consulship.
The price is to ask it kindly.
Kindly then let me have it. I have some wounds to show you, which shall be yours in private. What say you, sir? How stands your voice?
You shall have, worthy sir.
Pray now, it stand to the tune of your voice that I may be consul. I have here the customary gown.
You have deserved nobly of your country, and you have not deserved nobly.
your enigma?
You have been a scourge to her enemies. You have been a rod to her friends. You have indeed not loved the common people.
You should account me the more virtuous that I have not been common in my love. I will, sir, flatter my sworn brother the people to earn a dearer estimation of them. Therefore beseech you that I may be consul.
We hope to find you our friend, and therefore give you our voices heartily.
You have received many wounds for your country.
I will not seal your knowledge with showing them. I will make much of your voices, and so trouble you no more.
God give you joy, sir, heartily.
Most sweet voices. Better it is to die. Better to starve than crave the higher that we do deserve. Why, in this wolfish toad, should I stand here to beg of Hob and Dick what does appear their heedless vouchers? Custom calls me to it. What custom wills in all things should we do? Oh, I'm halfway through. The one part suffered, the other will I do. Here comes more voices. Your voices. For your voices I have fought. Watched for your voices. For your voices bear I of wounds 24 odd. Thrice times 6 battles have I seen and heard. For your voices I have done many things, some less, some more. Your voices, I would be consul.
He has done nobly and cannot go without any honest man's voice.
Therefore let him be consul, and the gods give him joy and make him good friend to the people. Amen! Amen! God save thee, noble consul!
Worthy voices.
People's total limitation, and the tribunes endue thee with the people's voice. It remains that in the official marks invested, you anon do meet the Senate.
Is this done?
The custom of request you have discharged, the people do admit you and are summoned anon upon your approbation.
Where? The Senate House?
There, Coriolanus.
May I change these garments?
You may.
That I'll straight do. And knowing myself again, prepare to descend.
I'll keep you company. Will you along?
We stay here for the people.
Fare you well. He has it now, and by his looks befixed his warm at his heart.
Oh, with a proud heart he wore his humble weeds. Will you dismiss the people?
How now, my masters, have you chose this man?
He has our voices, sir.
We pray the gods he may deserve your loves.
Amen, sir, to my poor unworthy notice. He mocked us when he begged our voices.
Certainly he flouted us downright.
No, 'tis his kind of speech. Indeed, he did not mock us.
Not one amongst us save yourself, but says, used us scornfully, should have shown us his marks of merit, wounds received for his country.
Why, so he did.
Was not this mockery?
Why, either you are too ignorant to see it, or seeing it of such childish friendliness to yield your voices.
No, that's all.
No.
When he was your enemy, he spake ever against your liberties and the charters that you bear.
Yeah.
If he should still malignantly remain fast foe to the plebei, your voices might become curses to yourselves.
Oh, no, he is not confirmed yet. We shall still deny him.
And we'll deny him. I'll have 500 voices of that sound.
I've twice 500 for friends to Pisa.
I also...
We'll get you to your friends instantly and tell them they have chosen a consul who will from them their liberties take. Make them of no more voice than dogs that are often as beat for barking, as therefore kept to do so.
Yeah.
Let them assemble, and on a sacred judgment, all revoke your ignorant election.
Oh.
Enforce his pride and his old hate unto you. Besides, Forget not with what contempt he wore the humble weeds. Out of the inveterate hate he bears you.
Thomas Ophidius then had made no head. Spoke he of me?
He did, my lord.
How? What?
Of how often he had met you, sword to sword. How of all things upon this earth he hated your person most. That he would pawn his fortunes to hopeless restitution, that he might be called your vanquisher.
At Antium, let's see.
At Antium.
I would add cause to seek him there, to oppose his hatred fully, welcome home. Behold, the tribunes of the people, the tongue of the common mouth. I do despise them, for they do prank them in authority against all noble sufferance.
Pass no further.
Huh? What is that?
It'll be dangerous to go on. No further.
What makes this change?
The matter? Have you not passed the noble and the common?
Cominius, no.
Have I had children's voices?
Tribunes, make way. Ye shall to the marketplace.
The people are incensed against him.
Stop or all will fall in broil.
Is this your herd? Have you set them on?
Be calm.
It is a purpose thing that grows by plot to curb the will of the nobility, suffer it and live with those that cannot rule nor never will be ruled.
Call it not a plot. The people cried, you mocked them. And as of late, when corn was given them gratis, you repined. Scandal, the suppliants of the people, and called them time pleasers, flatterers, foes to nobleness.
Why, this was known before.
Not to them all.
Have you informed them since?
How? I informed them.
You are like to do such business.
Let's be calm. The people are abused, set on. This whole train becomes not Rome, nor has Coriolanus deserved this so dishonored rub laid falsely in the plain way of his merit.
Tell me of corn. This was my speech, and I will speak it again.
Now, not now. Not in this heat, sir, now.
Now as I live, I will. For my nobler friends, I must crave their pardons. For the mutable rank censured many, let them regard me as I do not flatter. And wherein behold themselves, I say again, in soothing them, we nourish against the Senate the cockle of rebellion, insolence, sedition, which we have plowed for, sowed and scattered, they have given to beggars.
Well, no more. No more words, we beseech you.
No more.
You speak as though you were a god to punish and not a man of their infirmity.
'Twere well we let the people note.
O good but most unwise patricians, why, you grave but reckless senators, have you given Hydra to choose an officer? It makes the consul's face, and my soul aches to know when two authorities are up, neither supreme, how quickly confusion may enter twixt the gap of both and take the one or the other.
Well, on to the marketplace.
Well, no more of that.
No more with over measure.
Take more. This double worship of general ignorance at once pluck out the multitudinous tongue.
Oh, I said enough.
As spoken like a traitor, and shall answer as traitors do.
Thou wretch, despite overwhelm me. What shall the people do with these bald tribunes? Let what is meet be said is meet, and throw their power to the dust.
Manifest treason.
This the consul? No.
He ain't also. Let him be apprehended.
Go call the people in whose name myself attach thee, a traitorous innovator, a foe to the public weal. Obey, I charge thee, and follow to thine answer.
Hence, O go.
Agent, sir, hand off!
Hence, thou rotten Satan, or I will shake thy bones out like dog!
Help! You citizens!
What's about to be? I am out of breath. Confusion is there. I cannot speak. You, tribunes, to the people. Coriolanus, patience. Speak, good Sicilius.
Give me people.
Speak,
Let us hear our tribune speak.
You are at a point to lose your liberties. Marcius will have all from you, Marcius, who made you have name for counsel.
Fie! This was the way to kindle, not to quench. To unbuild the city and to lay all flat.
What is the city but the people?
The people of the city.
The people of the city. The people of the city.
By the consent of all, we were established a people's magistrate.
to bring the roof to the foundation and bury all which yet distinctly ranges in heaps and piles of ruin.
This deserves death!
Oh, let us stand for our glory, or let us lose it. We do pronounce upon the part of the people in whose power we were elected theirs, that Marcius is worthy of present death.
Yeah! Therefore, lay hold of him, bear him to the rock Topian, and from thence into destruction cast him!
Now, I'll die here. There's some of you have beheld me fight. Come, try it by yourselves, but you have seen me.
Down with that sword! You tributes, withdraw a while!
Lay hands upon him.
Help Marcus, help you to be noble, help me, I know!
Down with him! Down with him! Down with him! Down!
Get you to your house, be gone, away! All will be naught else! Get you gone!
Stand fast, we have as many friends as enemies.
Shall it be put to that?
The gods forbid. I pray thee, noble friend, hold to thy house. Leave us secure this cause.
This is a sore upon us that you cannot tempt yourself. Be gone, beseech you!
Come, sir, along with us.
Would they were barbarians as they are in Rome littered, though no Romans as they are not the calf in the porch of the cow.
But now 'tis odds beyond arithmetic, and manhood is called foolery when it stands against a falling fabric.
Pray you, be gone. I'll try, whether my own wit be in the breast of those that have but little. This must be patched with cloth of any color.
Nay, come away.
This man has marred his fortune.
Nature is too noble for this world. He will not flatter Neptune for his trident, nor Jove for his power to thunder. His heart's his mouth. What his breast forges, that his tongue must vent. And, being angry, dost forget he ever heard the name of death. Here's what you were.
I would they were a bad.
I would they were a tiger.
Down with the
Could
him.
he not be
Down
there?
Where is this viper that would depopulate this city and be every man himself?
You worthy tribune.
He shall be thrown down the Topian rock with rigorous hands. He has resisted law, therefore law shall spawn him further trial. Then the severity of the public power, which he so sets at naught.
Do not cry havoc where you should but hunt with a modest warrant. Hear me speak, for as I do know the consul's worthiness, so can I name his faults.
Consul? What consul?
The consul Coriolanus.
Is he consul?
No!
If by the tribune's leave and yours, good people, I may be heard, I would crave a word or two, the which shall turn you to no further harm than so much loss of time.
Speak briefly then. He dies tonight. He's a disease that must be cut away.
Oh, he's but a limb that has a disease. Mortals cut it off. To cure it, easy. What hath he done to Rome that's worthy death? Huh? Killing our enemies. The blood he hath lost, which I dare vouch is more than he hath by many amounts. He dropped it for his peak, his country.
When he did love his country, it honored him. We'll hear no more. Get you to his house and pluck him thence, lest his infection, being of spreading nature, further catch.
Consider this. He has been bred in the war since he could draw a sword, and is ill-schooled in bolted language. Meal and bran together he throws without distinction. Give me leave. I will go to him and undertake to bring him here, where he shall answer by a lawful form in peace, to his utmost peril.
Noble tribunes, it is the humane way. The other course would prove far too bloody, in the end unknown to the beginning.
Noble Menenius, being you then as the people's officer, meet on the marketplace, will attend you there. Where, if you bring not Marcius, we'll proceed in our first way.
I will bring him to you.
Let them toll all about my news. Present me death on the wheel or at wild horses' heels, or let them pile 10 hills of the Tarpeian rock, that the precipitation might down stretch beyond the beam of sight, yet still will I ever be thus with them. I muse my mother does not approve me further, who is wont to call them woolen vassals, things made to buy and sell with gross, to stand bareheaded in a congregation, to yawn, stand, and look at all when one but of my ordinance stood to talk of peace or war. I talk of you. Why? Did you wish me milder? Would you have me false to my nature? Rather say I play the man I am?
I would have had you put your power well on before you had worn it out.
Let go.
You might have been enough the man you are if they lacked the power to cross you.
Let them hang.
And burn too!
Come, come, you're a little too rough. Something too rough. You must return and mend it.
There's no remedy, unless by not doing so our good city cleave in the midst and perish.
Pray, be counseled. I have a heart as little apt as yours, but yet a brain that leads by use of anger to better vantage.
What must I do?
Return to the tribunes.
Well, what then? What then?
Repent what you have spoke.
For them? I cannot do it to the gods. Must I for them?
You are too absolute. If it be honor in your wars to seem the same you are not, how is it less or worse that shall hold companionship and peace with honor as in war?
Why force you this?
Because that now it lies on you to speak to the people, not by your own instruction, nor by the matter which your heart prompts you, but by such words that be but roted in your tongue, though but bastards and syllables, with no allowance to your bosom's truth. Now this no more dishonors you at all than to take in a town with gentle words. I would dissemble with my nature, where my fortunes and my friends at stake required I should do so in honor. I am in this your wife, your son, the senators, these nobles.
Noble lady, come, go with us. Speak fair. You may serve so.
Prithee, my son. Go to them with this bonnet in thy hand, thy knee bussing the stones. For in such business, action is eloquence, and the eyes of the ignorant more learned than the ears. Or say to them, thou art their soldier, which being bred in broils hath not the soft way. Thou must confess were as fit for thee to use, as they to claim in asking their good loves. But thou wilt frame thyself, forsooth, hereafter, theirs, so far as thou hast power and person.
This but done even as she speaks, why, their hearts are yours. Will they have pardons, being asked, as free as words to little purpose?
Pray go and be ruled. Although I know thou hast rather follow thine enemy in a fiery gulf than flatter him in a battle.
Only fair speech.
I think 'twill serve, if he can, there to frame his spirit.
He must and will. Prithee, say you will, and go about it.
Must I go show them my unbarbed Scots? Shall my base tongue give to my noble heart a lie that it must bear? Well, I will do it.
Come, come, we will prompt you.
Prithee now, my sweet son. As thou hast said, my praises first made thee soldier. So to have my praise in this, perform a part thou hast not done before.
Well, I must do it. Away my disposition, and possess me with some harlot spirit. My throat of war turn small as a eunuch, a beggar's tongue to make motion through my lips, and my knees, which bow but in their stirrups, bend as one that's like to receive an alms. I will not do it, lest that I surcease to honor my own truth, and by my body's action teach my mind a most inherent baseness.
Go ahead, thy choice then. To beg of thee is my more dishonor. Let thy mother rather feel thy pride than fear thy dangerous stoutness. For I mock at death with as big a heart as thou. Do as thou list. Thy valiantness was mine. Thou suck'st it from me. Oh, I pride myself.
Pray be content, mother. I will go to the marketplace. Chide me no more. I'll mountebank their loves, cog their hearts from them, and return beloved with all the trades in wrong. Look, I'm going. Commend me to my wife. I will return consul or never trust my tongue what it can do in the way of flattery further.
Do your will. Away. The tribunes do attend you. Arm yourself to answer mildly, for they are prepared with accusations, as I hear, more strong than are upon you yet.
The word is mildly. Pray, let us go. Let them question me by invention, I will answer in mine honor.
Aye, but mildly.
Well, mildly be it then. Mildly.
In this point, charge him home, that he affects tyrannical power. If he evade us there, enforce him with his envy to the people, and that the spoil got on the Antiochus was there distributed.
He's coming
How come?
with old Menenius and those senators that did favor him.
Assemble presently the people hither.
And when such time as they have begun to cry, let them not cease, but with a din confused, enforce the present execution, which we might chance to sentence.
Very well.
We'll get you going! Put him to collar straight. He has been used ever to conquer, and to have his worth of contradiction being once shaped. He cannot be raked to temperance again. Then he speaks what's in his heart, and that is there which looks with us to break his neck.
Well, here he comes.
Come, I do beseech you.
The honored gods keep Rome in safety, and their chairs of justice supplied with worthy men. Plant love among us. Throng our large temples with shows of peace, and on our streets with war.
Amen. Amen.
A noble wish.
Draw near, you people, I do demand. If you submit you to the public power, allow their officers and are content to suffer lawful censure for such faults as shall be proven upon you.
I am content.
Lo, citizens, he says he is content. The warlike service he has done, consider. Think upon the wounds his body bears, which show like graves in the holy churchyard.
Scratches with briars, scars full of laughter only.
Consider further that when he speaks not like a citizen, you find him like a soldier.
What is the matter? That being passed for consul with full voice, I am so dishonored that very hour you take it off again.
We charge you that you have contrived to take from Rome all seasoned office, and to wind yourself into a power tyrannical for which you are traitor to the people.
How? Traitor!
Typically, you promise.
The fires of the lowest hell take in the people. Call me their traitor, thou injurious tribune.
Mock you this, people?
To the rock and end.
Peace. What you have seen him do, heard him speak, beating your officers, cursing yourselves, opposing laws with strokes, and here to find those whose great power must try him. Even this, so criminal and in such capital kind, deserves the extremist's death.
But since he hath served his country well.
What? Pray you of service.
I talk of that note.
You.
Is this the promise you made your mother?
No, I pray
I
you.
will know no further. Let them pronounce the steep Tarpeian death, vagabond exile, flaying, pent to linger with but a grain a day. I would not buy their mercies for the price of one fair word, nor check my courage for what they could give.
For this he has envied against the people, seeking means to pluck away their power in the name of the people.
Yes.
In the name of us, the tribunes, we, even for this instant, banish him our city. I say it shall be so!
It shall be so!
It shall be so!
Hear me, my masters and my common friends!
He's sentenced, no more hearing.
Let me speak! I have been counsel upon Rome, and it showed for her enemies' marks upon me. I do love my country's good with a respect more tender, more holy and profound than my own life. My dear wife's estimate, her wounds increase and tremor on my loins. That if I would speak that...
Now we know your drift. Speak what?
This no more be said, but that he is banished as an enemy to his people and to his country. I say, it shall be so! It shall be so! It shall be so!
You common cry of curs, whose breaths I hate as the reek of the rotten fens, whose loves I prize as the dead carcasses of unburied men that do corrupt my air. I banish you, and here remain in your uncertainty. Let every feeble rumor shake your heart. Your enemies, with nodding of their plumes, fan you into despair. Have still the power to banish your defenders, till at length your ignorance deliver you as most abated captives to some nation that won you without blows. Despising for you this city, thus I turn my back. There is a world elsewhere.
The people's enemy is gone.
It's gone!
It's gone!
Before I rose to travel, up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I then produced my pistol, for she stole